Hello, Solara here. I'm coming to do another reading. I have my own deck of cards that I have created myself that I'm going to use today. My readings are geared towards those of you, specifically those of you who identify as being light beings, star seeds, way showers, earth angels, witches, all of you guys that have been put here at this time specifically to assist in the shift of one of the greatest shifts of our time and of our ages. We've done this before in different lifetimes, and we're back to assist, and we're back to remember, and we're back to break free out of everything and anything that tried to keep us asleep and to keep us from remembering. And as such, this journey is about healing, but this journey is about remembering and waking up. And my messages are about that. So, yes, especially geared towards those of you who are receiving messages about things that might seem a little bit off to you, like off your rocker, almost to the point of like, just am I like experiencing, am I making this up? I'm receiving these messages, but am I making them up? I'm here to let you know and to bring confirmation to what you already know. So with that said, I've already called in all of my spiritual assistants, and I'm just going to ask that our time be protected and that all the messages that come through are clear and concise, and that these messages reach who they need to reach. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that's too many. We have already using money and gifts to distract and control you. Lower chakra and throat invasion. So this is what's happening in your energy field right now. If you're feeling like you have any solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra blockages, as well as throat chakra blockages, we'll go into it a little bit more. It could have to do with the distractions and the control around somebody that you are, in some kind of connection with, who is using money and gifts to try to keep you bound in this way. We'll get into it a little bit more. I'll take this one also. It was their mission to keep you loveless, dependent, addicted, and for some of you on the brink of suicide. But they failed. They failed. Connect with storm energy. Big shifts require big energy. There's a total rejuvenation that's wanting to come forth for you. You are being called to work with the element of air, removing stagnation, connecting more with the energy of flow, and getting a higher perspective on your situation, and therefore accessing truth. So, whoever you're thinking about, they like darkness and they like their woundedness, so leave them alone. We don't fuck around with people who don't want to come into the light of their own truth and who have a vested interest in staying in darkness and wanting to pull us down in that deception too. So here we have, they're using money and gifts to distract and control you, which is an attack against your lower chakra and your throat. We have, it was their mission to keep you loveless, dependent, addicted, and on the brink of suicide, but they failed. We have connect with storm energy. Big shifts require big energy, total rejuvenation. And then we also have, you are being called to work with the element of air in order to remove stagnation, connect you with flow, and help you to connect with truth and seeing things from a higher perspective. So we're going to, these are the 4 cards that have come out. I'm going to go into a little bit of tarot for each one. So, Spirit, I want to know more about this using money and gifts to distract and control, the lower chakra and throat chakra interferences. Any messages that want to come through regarding this specific card, please? When I say they're using money and gifts to distract and control, what I'm saying is that people will use anything that they feel they have over you in order to manipulate you. And whenever we're being manipulated, our energy fields are being fucked with for as long as we are consenting to the manipulation. Whether we are consenting with conscious we're consciously aware that we're being manipulated, but we're feeling like helpless, or even if we're not consciously aware, because we tend to think the best of people, right? 15:33 on my clock. Either way, it is a way for people to fuck around with your energy field. And anytime someone fucks around with your energy field and manipulates your energy, what they're doing is they're taking you out of command over your own reality. And as such, it takes you out of balance. And what that can do then is it can cause your energy, the energy that you should be commanding, they're now commanding, and they're using it for themselves in some way. So for example, when somebody is using money and gifts to manipulate you, they are fucking around with your ability sometimes to think that you can provide for yourself, or you can create stability for yourself. That's a root chakra assault. It can be an assault against your sacral chakra, because it can be their way of trying to cause you, to distract you from creating anything for yourself, or birthing into reality what it is that you want to do for yourself. So it's an attack against your sacral energy. Sometimes it's like in more malicious situations, it's very intentional. They want to keep you distracted in order to harness your sacral energy, especially if you carry a lot of divine feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. The solar plexus attack through this tactic is trying to make you feel as if you don't have the ability to do certain things without them. That would be the solar plexus. It's an inner child wounding attack. And then the attack against the throat is your inability to connect with truth. Whenever someone's manipulating you, what they're doing is they're trying to disconnect you from your truth. And whenever you're disconnected from your truth, you're disconnected from your divine reality, you're disconnected from source, and therefore you are not able to stand in the truth of who you are in divine order. And that has been the purpose of many of these karmic situations in our world. We'll put it that way, in our world at this time. And as divine beings, we must see these strategies. We must recover our energy. We must command our own energy, and we must learn how to break free of all of the fuckery. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, using money and gifts to distract and control. What else do you want to say about that? Yep, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is the first card. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. A lot of five energies. Fives are always about keeping you unstable. Fives are connected to the Hierophant energy. It's all about keeping you from rising into your ability to connect with your own sense of divinity. It's also using the systems and the institutions of this world to keep you stuck and dependent, okay? So Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So this is all about causing you to feel unstable in your value. The Five of Pentacles with this energy of using money and gifts, it's a tactic that's designed to keep you dependent and to make you think that you don't have the value it takes to go out into the world and to create for yourself and to look after yourself and to do what it is that you need to do to thrive. Okay, the Five of Wands is Leo energy. Again, this is solar plexus energy. It's all about creating drama, creating internal conflict, sometimes creating conflict without, between the two of you, or between, if you're in a group. It's about utilizing this energy of conflict to keep you stuck and unstable. So that conflict can be creating the internal conflict within, whereby you think that you can't do things for yourself, or they make you feel like you need them in some way. But the Five of Wands energy is also utilizing the power of the external. So creating conflict whenever you try to venture out and do something for yourself. Creating distractions, whether it's like they pick an argument. Sometimes this stuff actually manifests. It doesn't even have to be, it's like it's almost like an unconscious thing. Like if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, like serious narcissistic abuse, it's a deeply spiritual experience also, especially if you're dealing with it within the context of a family and it's generational and you're dealing with ancestral entities too. It's almost like the minute you start to move forward and do something for yourself, even if they're not consciously aware, you haven't said anything, energetically all hell will break loose, because they sense the shift in energy and they don't like it. It's very interesting with the Five of Pentacles. It's like this card didn't come out, but it's coming to me right now. It's that energy of creating situations whereby they have to come in and rescue you also. The Five of Wands also, it is, Wands energy for me as a reader is always to do with the ancestral energies. So there's something here with the Five of Wands about like ancestral generational crap that's wanting to stay alive through this person, and they're trying to perpetrate it through you. So for some of you, maybe you come from a line of people who within your family, from a cultural standpoint, there's something that for example, like I come from an African family line, and you know, it's very common within these lines and within also like Middle Eastern and even Hispanic culture to be very alpha male, and for them to even try to make it seem as if, like fathers and husbands, to make it seem as if it's their sole responsibility to maintain finances within a household, and as such they will do everything that they can to make a woman feel like she's subordinate, or like she's unable to, or like she cannot survive without their assistance. And that's a generational thing. That's something that's been passed down from generation to generation, and sometimes it's a very conscious thing, like it's literal abuse, and sometimes it's just it's the only thing they know, and they don't have the expanded consciousness to step in and to think differently or to do things differently. But either way, there are some very real ancestral forces at work to keep certain structures and traditions, even dysfunctional ones, alive. You have ancestors that are here to help you rise into your highest reality, which oftentimes will mean that you have to break cycles and move away from traditions that aren't working, that are dysfunctional. But you also have ancestors that are great supporters of all the dysfunction, because it's what they knew and it's what they built, and those are the ones that will fight against you too. And this is what we have here with the Five of Wands, and they will use people to do battle, and these people, a lot of the time, they're just hosts. They don't even realize it. But this is what we have here. There's something here about keeping you dependent, keeping you out in the cold, or keeping you out of your value, or keeping you in a space where these people feel like they want you to need them, right? And they create conflict within your reality, whether it's internal to get you to constantly question and doubt yourself, or externally whenever you try to go out there and do something for yourself, in order to create blockages so that you keep on coming back. And then they use the money and the gifts in order to distract you, but also to control you to this end. And as such, it keeps all of your lower chakras out of balance. And even if you are a person who's constantly balancing that, until you break out of this energy and until you cut the cords and you learn how to function outside of it, it will constantly try to return you to that setting of dysfunction within. What else came out? Yep, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, this is the energy of of a mother, a dysfunctional mother. It could be your actual mother, a mother-in-law, a mother figure, somebody that is prominent in your life, a female figure that has some kind of authority and has some kind of wealth or has some kind of influence materially. And so therefore, this is the person that is actually helping to perpetuate this. This is the person who is keeping this energy alive. This is the person who, because they've probably been stuck in this their whole lives of dependency and conflict, in order to keep them out of their truth and their power, they want to do the same to you. We do have the Four of Swords at the bottom. This is Libra energy. So this does speak about something balancing out. The Four of Swords energy it speaks about recovery after heartbreak and betrayal. Some of you may have just found this out. You may have put two and two together. You may be recognizing the patterns of the dysfunction, and now you're being called to kind of rest. This is also the energy of sometimes in these situations, they want you like this. They want you like constantly recovering from heartbreak and woundedness and betrayal. They want you depressed. They want you it's like unable to get up and do what it is that you have to do. They want you stuck, because four energy, whenever we have an even number, but especially four is a number that sets foundations, and it's a number that's really great for creating stability in energies you want, but it's also wonderful for creating stability and stuckness in energies that have to be let go of. And so there's something here about the Four of Swords. It's also attacks against your mental body. It could be verbal, again, it can be verbal or emotional abuse, but verbal or mental abuse. But more than anything, what I'm getting is that this situation, these people, this group, this woman, they want to keep you stuck in a certain way of thinking that you can't move forward, right? That you can't move forward with the Four of Swords. They want you thinking that they are always your way out, your rescuers. This is a person who never steps into the truth of their value. They may have a lot materially, but they don't have any sense of true self-value. And this is why, this is what they're trying to keep you out of too, okay? Yes, so in the context of this, your money is affected, your spiritual reality needs some balancing out with the Five of Wands in terms of recognizing certain ancestral entities that are at work and doing the work around that, clearing yourself of those energies. And then, of course, the Four of Swords, it's this energy of needing a change in your mindset, okay? Which is interesting because we do have with the connecting with the storm energy and air, which we'll get into later, but it's all connected to this. It was their mission to keep you loveless, dependent, addicted, and on the brink of suicide. They failed. Yes, so all of this corroborates this. The point is to keep you, like I said, depressed, stuck in your mind, thinking that you can't do anything for yourself, unable to move forward, thinking that because you think this way about yourself, which is all really conditioning and programming, that because of that you are not worthy of anything better. They might have made you feel in some way like you're a burden, and their kindness to you, their giving to you of stuff is so, they give it to you even though you don't deserve it. Like there's a lot of mental work here to make you feel unworthy and therefore even more dependent upon their goodness towards you, right? And all of it is designed to keep you stuck out of your truth. And very out of balance in your physical reality. This is a situation where physically there have been manifestations of sickness, of depression, of addiction, of all manner of physical, of financial issues, all manner of physical instability, right? That has affected your life. And then these people have always come in and rescued you from that, right? To make you kind of feel like you can't, again, it's the can't do anything. I have a card in here that speaks about how they throw the rock and hide their hands and run in to rescue. It's kind of this energy now too. Okay, so we're going to move into what Spirit wants to speak about, connecting with the storm energy and with the element of air, because this is a very, very, it's a stagnant energy, but it's also very, very stuck energy, because it's a cycle. It's something that's been going on for so long that right now the storm energy is wanting to come in and bring complete rejuvenation. And that's the energy that's going to be required in order for big shifts to occur, in order for you to rise into who it is you came here to be. You know, the star of your own life, the star of your own show. The star is also when you are in divine alignment with your truth. We have the Six of Wands, which is a beautiful energy. It comes after the Five of Wands, which came out too. The Six of Wands is that Leo energy. Leo is all about connecting with your sun, connecting with your soul, connecting with your soul's truth. It's also about recovering the energy of your solar plexus. In other words, the healing of all of the inner child wounds that cause you to feel in any way inadequate or less than. The storm energy wants to come to help you be victorious and to rise into both this Leo and Aquarius energy, which is beautiful because they're sister signs, right? So the Leo energy is all about of connecting to the sun in order to shine, and the Aquarius energy is all about not being afraid to be different and shine. So there's something here about connecting with storm energy in order to create a big shift that wants to lead you into victory and into divine alignment. And we get some information as to how you want them to connect with storm energy. Oop. Okay. So we do have the moon, and we do have the King of Swords. Okay, I'm getting a few messages here. Okay, so the moon is Pisces energy, Cancer energy too to some extent, and then the King of Swords again is more air energy. So it's more Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and we do have this coming up too with the working with the element of air. So you are being called to, for some of you, moon gazing will be very beneficial. Spending time with the moon, moon gazing, taking moonlight walks. Whenever my guides ask me to connect with the element of air, one of the main things I tend to do is just go out and to walk. For some of you, you might want to exercise in the outdoors, or even just spend more time in open air and allow the messages that want to come forth to you, right? But there's something here about connecting with the moon. The moon is also speaking about there are hidden energies that the storm is going to, when the storm shakes up the energy in your reality, it's going to reveal a lot of things that are hidden, both within your subconscious and as well as things that have been hidden in the midst of this whole situation. As we know, Pisces has to do with the 12th house and Cancer has to do with the 4th house. That's all to do with past life, karmic situations, 12th house, as well as hidden enemies. And the 4th house has to do with your ancestry, your family, and also it can be more to do with the maternal line. Cancerian energy. So with this, there's also this connecting with your divine feminine energy, and it came out, and I didn't mention it with the Four of Swords. Your dreams might be very, well, your dreams are always important, but there might be a way that your guides are speaking to you specifically right now through your dreams, okay, with the moon energy. With the moon and the King of Swords, the other message I was also getting, the King of Swords is an arbiter of justice. It's the mastery of the element of air, the mastery of your mental body and your own thoughts, right? And your own ability to speak, but not only your thoughts and your ability to speak, but also your inner monologue, dialogue, you know, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know how many voices y'all be hearing, but you know, that voice that is constantly speaking to you, which is oftentimes we don't question that voice, and we need to, because it's actually not our true voice. It's the voice, oftentimes it's the voice of our mothers. We got to deal with that, especially if you got a mother that's Queen of Pentacles reverse. But right here with the moon and the King of Swords, what I'm getting here, the King of Swords is also an arbiter of justice. He don't take no shit. He speaks truth. He doesn't give a shit about who he hurts in the process of speaking truth, because it has to be said. Okay, so for some of you, you need to speak your truth, and you're speaking of your truth in all, like, cutting yourself off from any sentimentality when it comes to speaking your truth is going to be what causes the storm. But the storm is going to be what's necessary in order to shift the stagnancy of the energy and to bring in the big energy required for change. Now, whether that change happens and these people, you're able to evolve with them, or you have to move away, it's, you know your own situation. But the storm has to come, and the storm wants to come by way of truth. With the King of Swords and the moon energy, this is also speaking about justice magic for me as a reader. And what I mean by that is like cutting cords and ties with these people, like etherically and magically, doing ritual. I'm big on ritual. That's my thing. I help people with ritually healing, using ritual to heal and to clear your energy and to see things. That's what I do. And there's something here about the moon and the King of Swords utilizing that to do that, even, using the phases of the moon to help you with that also. The Knight of Cups is here at the bottom of the deck, and this is speaking about, and then as I move it, I see the Four of Pentacles. This is also speaking about following your heart. A lot of the time in these situations, in these complex situations, the main thing we do is betray self, and we stop following what it is that we want for ourselves, because we sacrifice that in order to belong. And this is being very clear right now. It's like, move forward by following the truth of your heart, and stand in that truth and speak that truth and advocate for yourself. So you're being called to work with the element of air. That speaks of connecting with your truth and speaking it. Taking walks outside, like I said, and connecting with the energy of justice, of bringing things back into balance. So guys, that's what I have for you. I hope this reading was helpful. If you need me for a personal consultation, or you'd like to order a Tarotstrology soul mapping report from me, my website information is below. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, be well.